Good morning, everybody. It's Friday, which you know what that means. Burrito Friday. Again, I make random things up when it comes to this because I get excited. It's amazing. So as you guys saw in the vlog, I did some travel, and of course you guys can see I did a presentation for a company, so on and so forth. So what I want to talk about, and I'm sorry, before we start, for anybody that's new to this, Burrito Friday is the method I kind of am creating, I guess. I don't know how I would say it. It's my thesis of a paper I wrote one time of if your job is to make a burrito, make the best burrito possible. And the idea there is to just excel at whatever your job is at a high level, and you will move forward, you will be noticed. So with that, let's get to it. What I'm finding with a lot of interviews, the question now seems to always go back at the end of if they feel great, what were you getting paid at the jobs you were at before? So as much as I don't want to make money the reason, the drive, or anything like that, I want it to be the position, the work and things like that to actually be what drives you to do it. It is an element that more companies than not are using now to figure out your compensation. So as I was doing some Instagram viewing one night when I couldn't sleep, I came across a quote, and it's right here, and it just resonated with me. You know, you have to know what your worth is in whatever you do. So and then add tax to it. Like you're not gonna, you shouldn't do what you do for free. That's just as simple as that. Now, I get it. There's times where you work for charities and things like that. Understand, for free doesn't mean, or not for free doesn't mean monetary compensation. It's whatever fulfills you. You know, for me, technically, the monetary is there. That's why I work, because I want to make sure I can provide for my family. That's the end goal. Provide for my family. It's not the money, it's what the money does for me. There's other people that are driven fully by materialistic things and the money, and there's no harm in that either. To me, I know some people say, oh, it's all you think is money. Well, who cares what anybody thinks about? Let them do what they want to do. Anyways, I digress. I move back to what I'm saying. So before you go into any position, now we are so lucky to have the internet and things that we can search into to find out what companies compensate their employees and at what, you know, rate you may be looking at and things like that. So what you want to do is know your worth, right? Know what amount you want to be at, and if it's way off, you may not want to take that interview. It may be more of a waste of time than anything else, and that's one of those things, right? You can take tons of interviews. People will be more than happy to interview you for any position they may have, and that's just what it is. If you have certain qualifications, you put your resume up on a job board, you're going to get calls from somebody at some point, and that's fine. That's totally fine. I mean, there's a benefit to that as well. Man, this guy's music is bumping. Okay, so that's totally fine. You can totally do that. I mean, taking interviews sometimes is good practice for you as well for that main job that you really want, that, you know, dream job that they fly you up and make you do. Okay, I'm talking too much about what I'm doing. Anyway, so like I am saying, know your worth. That is very important. I know for a fact that any company I come into and do the work that I have been doing for the last 9-some years, I know I can do it at a super high quality. I know I can exceed their expectations and even set a standard for the company. That's a lot. I know my worth to any company. I know I'm an asset to a company than anything else. So know that and walk in with that confidence. But as well, do your homework before you go into any interview. There's no point in going into an interview if they're cutting what your current salary is by half. You got to understand that people are also looking to get the most for their buck. There's going to be companies that have jobs that sound exactly like what you do, and you know, it's going to entice you to want to take it because the job is cool or the location's awesome or anything really. It could be the offices look amazing and all of a sudden you're like, dude, I want that job, or it's closer to home, or whatever it may be. So you have to know your worth, and what is it worth it for you? Is a shorter commute worth cutting your pay by 25%? Possibly, because your commute might be horrible. Or is this job that stepping stone? And I don't like the whole stepping stone things with jobs, but is this the job that's going to get you noticed by the job you really want? Sometimes you have to invest time somewhere else to make sure that you get what you need. So, like I said, the main thing is before you go in for any job, do your research, look up the company, find out where they're going, find out their financial status, find out if they're acquiring companies, find out everything you can. And when you walk in, know your worth to that company. Trust me, it goes a long way. It'll make you feel a lot more confident when you're doing your interview. And, you know, it will weed out some of those companies that you kind of really don't need to even go visit. So that's pretty much it. It's a really basic thing. I feel it's basic, and some people may know it, some people may not. I'll be honest, a few years ago, I didn't even think about that. You know, I would just take any interview that was possible because I thought it was good to get in front of people. And now I know that my time's worth money, and I don't want to lose money, and I don't want to lose time. It doesn't make sense. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. It was a great week, busy week. I'm very tired, but I have to get into the office today. So, with that, don't forget Instagram stories will be up tomorrow and Sunday. I love hanging out with my family, and it's just a lot of fun. It's easy. I'm using my cell phone to capture all these moments, and then, yeah. And fingers crossed for some good stuff. So good vibes out there, everybody. And like I said, with that, as always, you've been awesome. Don't ever change unless it's to get to that next step. And I'll see you guys later.